Hello and welcome to Real Watchers Movie Club. My name is Garrett,
And I'm Kevin.
and we are your hosts. Movie Club is a show where we pick a movie every week and discuss it just like a book club. On today's show, we are concluding our spooky month coverage with the body horror comedy film Death Becomes Her. Our thoughts and more are coming up on Movie Club. Released in 1992, Death Becomes Her was directed by Robert Zemeckis and stars Meryl Streep, Goldie Hawn, and Bruce Willis. When a fading actress learns of an immortality treatment, she sees it as a way to outdo her longtime rival. The film currently has a 3.7 out of 5 on Letterboxd. It won one Academy Award for Best Visual Effects. Before we dive into our thoughts, though, we do want to issue a spoiler warning for the movie. We're going to talk about what happens in it. And we don't want to ruin it for you if you've never seen it before. Because I hadn't seen it before. I didn't know anything that happened in this movie except for one particular part. And I wouldn't have wanted it ruined. So, take that what you will. But stay tuned to the end of the show to find out what movie we're covering next week, because next week is not a spooky month movie. Alrighty, Kevin. So Death Becomes Her was my choice this week. Yeah, my choice this week. And honestly, I just had never seen it. And I was kind of looking for something to kind of mix up the genres a bit when we were doing this. I mean, obviously I wanted to be a horror movie, but something that was a little bit different, because we'd done a zombie movie. We'd done, we did the kind of apocalyptic last week with The Mist. It's like we wanted to get something funny, And so I wanted this one. And also I'd seen this movie talked about on like Corridor Crews, visual effects shows and stuff. So wanted to check it out. So had you heard about this movie at all before watching it?
I have heard about this movie. I have not seen any of like the plot twists or anything like that in this movie. So, which was really, it's always good not to know what happens in the movie before you see it. But yes, I have heard of this movie, but I didn't know it was in 1992. To be honest, I thought it was like maybe late 90s, not early 90s.
Well, it looks interesting.
Yeah.
But I would say, like, for me, like, first reactions, I think this movie is good.
I would say it's fun.
Yeah, it's definitely a very campy movie, which I really appreciate. And I wasn't expecting it to go as far into body horror as it does, which really provides a lot of the fun stuff. But let's go ahead, because I do have some things that I was disappointed by, and it actually sounds like we're on the same boat with some of this stuff. So let's go ahead and dive into this real quick. Let's talk about the stuff we didn't like. I didn't really think the story was overall that good.
No, I didn't think it was funny either. Like, there are some comedic aspects of this movie, but a lot of the times when I hear it being said, it's like, oh, this is a really funny movie. And I was like, it's not that funny. It's kind of just more, not horror-y, but like more, like one-liners in a kind of aspect. I mean,
For me, a lot of the humor came from like the body horror stuff.
Yeah.
Which
exactly.
I think was, like, when she sits down on the couch and like the spike just kind of goes through the hole and she doesn't even like. Yeah, I think that was funny. But like, it definitely, like, the dialogue definitely wasn't that good. It definitely felt like campy is kind of like the word I'm going to keep using, but like kind of like comic booky, pulpy. Like, this felt like if this was distilled down into like 20 minutes, this would have been in Creepshow.
Yeah.
Or like Tales from the Crypt or something, right? Which is fine, but it definitely feels a little too too bloated, I think.
Yeah.
But like, also, I think for me, like the performances are really good in this movie.
Yes.
But the characters suck. And obviously that's the point. Like, they're all terrible people, so you can watch bad things happen to terrible people and not feel bad about them. But like, I want to feel something. I really didn't care about Goldie Hawn's character at all.
Yeah.
Like, I would say Meryl Streep's probably the only one that I kind of felt anything for.
I think Bruce Willis was really good in what he got, pretty much. He's like kind of
out of his element too.
Well, kind of like a mad scientist, but in a different way, like making people look prettier because he works at a funeral parlor first, but he was a plastic surgeon before that, so he's basically Dr. Frankenstein, but then gets demoted to because of his heavy drinking and everything like that. And I didn't know Willis was in this movie, so I had to look it up. I was like, is that Bruce Willis? But he plays his character very well. I really enjoyed his character more than the other actresses, unfortunately, just because he's just so crazy and so unpredictable in this movie. The other ladies are very predictable, I feel like.
Yeah. You know what's kind of funny is that now that you mention it, it kind of clicked in my head, right? Like he works for the morgue, dressing up bodies. What are these women doing?
Yeah,
their careers are dead,
Yep.
so they're trying to do the same exact thing. Which I think that this movie is full of messaging regarding celebrity culture, and just because, just younger is not better. That's we're starting to get out of that now, in Hollywood, luckily. But obviously at the time it was like beauty and wealth and young people, which is not what it should be. But I enjoyed that part a lot. I think that this is a very biting satire of Hollywood and celebrity culture, and kind of the need to stay young forever is definitely one of the bigger parts of that I really liked. But yeah, I really enjoyed those parts. Also, I do want it feels weird to talk about this. Isabella Rossellini in this movie. The sorceress girl or whatever.
Oh, the sorceress, yeah.
God damn, man.
I wish they would have maybe elaborated on it a little bit. Yes, expand on her, or expand on her character or anything like that, or the background of why she's the only one that can give you the file and stuff like that. Would have been maybe put this movie a little bit more together, I feel like.
Yeah, and I think I wanted to see more about that society of people that are all
like who else is in that society.
Like seeing Elvis was really funny, but at its core though, I feel like this movie kind of was made to highlight the visual effects and to really push those at the time.
And we'll talk about those visual effects.
Let's talk about it now.
They don't hold up, but I can see why it was good back in the day. That's what I feel like.
Oh, I think they look great still.
Oh, really? Oh, I couldn't.
The only one that's a little funky is Meryl Streep when her head's backwards.
Yes, that's
some close-up shots look a little rough.
Oh, they're. I feel like it's, how nowadays we have like the head motion video where it's like focuses only on the head, and that's literally what this looked like when Meryl Streep had her head twisted. So I could not get that out of my head. So maybe, unfortunately, that might be my aspect of it. But
sure,
like the other ones were really good, like the bone protruding out of her neck and the shotgun in her stomach and stuff like that.
When Goldie Hawn stands up out of the fountain and the water is pouring out is still incredible to this day. Like I don't know how they did. They talked about it on Corridor. I still do not know how they did it.
Well, and even when the camera is looking through the hole and it brings Willis and Streep into the picture in her hole and in the hole is really interesting. It's really good at the same time. It's like, wow, they really took what they wanted to do and put it out there. But then again, the story doesn't mean jack shit to me. Unfortunately.
No, I get it. Like they don't do enough to make you care about these people or which is fine. I get it because they're bad people, but still even getting us to care about them will make us laugh at them just a little bit more, or engage with them a little bit more. I will say it is funny when the two of them, when Goldie Hawn and Meryl Streep kind of make up and become friends, which I think is absolutely hysterical. There's definitely a way you can look at this out there of this being like a feminist piece. I know a lot of people who are LGBTQIA+ love this movie, so there's a lot of people that really kind of read into it in very certain ways, obviously, which everyone does. Everyone does that for every movie. But I don't know. I think there's enough here that I do enjoy this movie. I do think it is fun, and I do think it is funny. It's not hilarious. I will say it's a little poorly paced as well until it gets to the immortality stuff with Meryl Streep. It was kind of just
because Willis's character just kind of takes a spiral for no reason, and we don't understand why. That's the other thing. There's a time gap that we don't get to see what happens in between there. So like if
Yeah.
it showed the time gap as Willis being overworked or something like that, and that's when he relies on his drinking and stuff like that, and then it plummets, and then Meryl Streep has to become like the breadbasket of the family. I would have enjoyed that a little bit more, and maybe again, character growth. There was really nothing, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's it's a little frustrating. You
It
know?
is, because this movie is so like not highly rated, but everybody talks about this movie. And going into it, I was kind of excited to watch it because I'm like, oh, so many people have talked about this movie, and I wonder why they're talking about it. And then afterwards, I was like, why are people talking about this movie in an aspect?
Yeah, I think a lot of people watched this when they were younger, or they watched it with family, or they watched it in a way where they have like nostalgia for it, for sure. And
hmm
I think that watching that now when we're in our 30s for the first time is just kind of like, yeah, it's good, but it's not like I'm super
Ro-
connected to it.
Rolling on the floor laughing either, because it says comedy fantasy on it. It's more
Yeah,
fantasy than comedy at that uh,
for sure.
at some points. Like at the end is really funny when they're all at Ernest's funeral and they're all laughing in the background, and then afterwards they, oh my gosh, I need to put makeup on here and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Like if they would have maybe gone into that a little bit more, I think it would have been a lot funnier of a movie.
Sure, sure.
hmm
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Um, and I, like I said, I think it's just it is a visual effects vehicle for the 90s.
hmm
Like
It
I
is.
think we definitely like it is good. It is funny. Like I'm not saying that it's a bad movie when I say that. There are good movies that are VFX, powerhouses, but like it just needed a little bit more. It needed
Yeah.
some more meat on its bones, which is funny because you're talking about anorexic celebrities in Hollywood. But like it just needed a little bit more depth, a little bit more like lean into the satire of Hollywood. Do
Yeah.
that more. Like
hmm
that would have been great. But it's
I think
just,
I think they didn't want to go too far into something and then have them regret it, pretty much.
yeah. Alrighty, Kevin. So this was my pick this week. So I'll go ahead and give my thoughts first on the film. For me, I think that this is a funny movie with plenty of well-executed body horror bits. There's plenty of moments and ideas to laugh about. And while I did enjoy it as a whole, I will admit to being somewhat disappointed in the overall story. But the visual effects to me are still the king of this movie, which I really enjoyed those, especially kind of the middle iconic part with the shotgun and everything, which is a lot of fun. So for me, I gave it a 76 out of 100, which is 3.5 stars out of 5. I will probably rewatch this movie sometime in the future, but
hmm
I did enjoy it enough to give it a positive score. I did like it, so 76.
Nice, very nice. Yeah, I agree with you on all of your points that we went throughout this whole video for. I wish there was more character growth and build up to actually me care about the characters in an aspect, but the CGI does hold up. There's only one part for me that the CGI does not hold up, and is when Meryl Streep's head is turned around. But there's comedy aspects to that when she tries to sit down and cannot because her head's on backwards, pretty much, which
Yeah.
is that would have been a lot more funny throughout this movie. Play around with kind of that situation. Um, Bruce Willis in this movie is really, I really liked him in this movie because it's different than what he has done in the past when I have watched him. So I really
Mhm.
enjoyed him in this movie as well. And again, it's not really funny. If it would have maybe gone into maybe of like a horror comedy kind of aspect, I think it would have been a little bit better. But unfortunately, it's not. And I was a little disappointed. So I gave it a 66 out of 100.
All righty. But of course, that is going to bring us to the end of this week's movie club. Hopefully, you can let us know what you think of Death Becomes Her in the comment section down below. Just remember to be respectful of one another because it's really not that hard. Next week, though, we're getting out of the spooky month because it will not be Halloween. Also, this is coming out on Halloween, so happy Halloween, everyone.
Yes, happy
Um,
Halloween.
but next week, we're going to be covering the apocalyptic comedy film This Is the End. So make sure to watch it before next week so you're not spoiled. But that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all those wonderful things. And until, obviously, the next time you see us, live stream or movie club, whatever it is, make sure to keep those eyes on the screen.